Hey, son, so it's your 14th birthday, and you've just been handed a shiny new camera. And I bet you're rip-roaring and ready to go.
I sure am, mister. I can't wait.
But first, you've got to learn the most important thing about using your camera.
How to turn it on?
No.
Record it.
Wrong again.
How to export the movie?
Lens filters, that's right.
What's a lens filter?
I'm so glad you asked, pal.
Come on! Do you want to learn about lens filters?
I guess.
Lens filters. A lens filter looks like this. It's a camera accessory that we insert into the optical path to allow us to manipulate an image.
But what does all this crazy lingo mean?
I think I understand.
It means it makes the pictures look prettier.
Great observation. It all has to do with color and light. Filters will either let more in or stop it from coming in altogether.
Let's get specific. The lens filters we're going over today include UV filters,
Polarizing filters,
color balancing filters,
and neutral density filters.
I wonder if my mom knows where I am.
Well, stop worrying about that and start wondering how a UV filter works. What does it do?
It absorbs ultraviolet light.
How does this help?
It reduces the haziness of images in daylight. It also helps get rid of something called purple fringing, which is when you get a purple color creeping in at the side of an image when it's slightly out of focus.
But wait, there's more.
It also provides great protection for your lens from dirt, scratches, and other gross stuff, like when people sneeze.
Because would you rather ruin your $200 lens or your $40 filter?
And because it's clean, it's pretty unnoticeable. You never have to take it off.
Maybe I should call my mom.
Or maybe you should hear what we have to say about polarizing filters instead.
What does it do?
Now, polarization is a huge topic, but the basics that you've got to know is that reflected light waves travel horizontally, and this glass only lets in vertical waves.
Which means...
Less light gets into the lens. It's like sunglasses for your camera.
But isn't more light better?
Not always. Sometimes, if we open up our iris to get a shallower depth of field, it lets too much light in, causing the image to be too hot. So go ahead and put a polarizing filter on there and everything's hunky-dory again.
What's a honky-dory? I'm calling my mom.
But I bet your mom really likes color balancing filters. What does it do?
It absorbs certain colors while emphasizing others. How video is captured is also a big topic, but all you need to know is that the colors red, blue, and green make up video capturing. For example, if you were to put a red filter on your camera, it would absorb blue and green and let the color red pass through.
Why do we want that?
Well, daylight is more blue and fluorescent indoor lights are more orange. So if you want your image to stay the same, you would use a warmer filter outside to warm the picture up and a cooler filter inside to cool the image down.
Sounds cool!
These filters have started becoming obsolete since color temperature correction can be easily achieved with image processing software, though some artists still use these filters to create a desired effect.
My mom says if you guys are still here when she picks me up, she's calling the cops.
Did you just ask how a natural density filter works?
No.
Well, I'm glad you did. The neutralizing density filter, or the ND filter, as you youngsters like to call it, is a type of filter that uniformly reduces the amount of light that enters the lens, which means that you can dim the image without changing any of its natural colors.
What else does it do?
It allows you to slow shutter speed by increasing image detail and motion blur.
But what is it good for?
Well, if you want to take a picture of an empty street, but can't because there are pedestrians moving on it, just slap a neutral density filter on there. Slow down the shutter speed and eventually wipe away all the moving objects from the frame.
It's like a magic trick. Eh, kid?
I don't see how.
Yeah, it is.
It's also a great lens to use for seascapes and landscapes because you can lower the brightness of the sky for better contrast, while still keeping the long exposure of the scene.
Cool, huh?
Are we done yet?
A gradient neutral filter is a lot like an ND filter, only it decreases its effect gradually from one side to the other.
Like a gradient!
Yeah, my mom just called the cops. You guys should probably leave.
Honestly, man, we're homeless. And 2 days ago, some guy gave us a coupon for a free lens filter class.
Yeah, we're just really hungry. Wondered if you had any spare change that we could have.
Wait, what?
Yeah, never mind.
But hey, at least you learned something today, eh, kid?
What the hell? Oh, hey, Instagram.